Some folks are saying the Browns are sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. But what if it's the exact opposite? What if the plan is so smart, so calculated, that it turns a fifth-rounder into a franchise quarterback? This isn't some wild conspiracy. This is strategy, real strategy. And it's unfolding right now, right under our noses. Reporters are locked in on first-team reps. But what's brewing behind the scenes could change the entire trajectory of this franchise. And if you're a Browns fan, you'll want to know every detail before this blows up all over NFL trending. This is Game Time News, the channel that breaks what the Browns front office would rather keep buried. And today, we're finally pulling back the curtain on the real plan behind Shedeur Sanders. Let's get right to it. Fans are accusing the Browns of holding Shedeur back, of hiding his talent, of wasting a rookie who could have started from day one. But what if all of that is actually the smartest move of the season? The truth is more complex and way more strategic than it looks. The media keep shouting, "Why is he still running with the twos?" Fans keep asking, "Where are the starter reps?" But not many have stopped to think about what's really happening in Berea. Because those who've been at practice, who've caught whispers from the coaching staff, who've read between the lines, they know Shedeur isn't being held back. He's being protected, prepped, sharpened with surgical precision. And there's a very good reason for that. If you throw Shedeur into the fire week one, up against top-tier defenses in a brutal early schedule, you don't learn anything about his talent. You shatter his confidence. You risk burning him out. And just like that, a franchise-caliber QB turns into another what could have been. Now check this out. His completion rate in camp? Around 77%. Meanwhile, the other QBs barely cracked 58. That's not just impressive for a fifth-round rookie. That's a red flag in the best way possible. He's not just holding zone, he's stealing the show. And if you think that's overhyped, listen to what people around the facility are saying. One analyst said straight up, he puts the ball where it needs to be and makes it look easy. Another was blown away by his poise, his reads, his maturity. Remember when folks said he was cocky at Colorado, that he was more hype than substance? Forget all that. In Cleveland, what people are seeing now is a leader. A listener, a student of the game who's putting it all into action. And now comes the Browns' power move. Shedeur has one edge over every other QB in the room that almost no one's talking about. It's not the strongest arm. It's not mobility. It's upstairs. The mind, the vision, the decision-making. He sees the game. And that's exactly what Kevin Stefanski's system demands. Mechanics, you can tweak those. Arm strength, you can build that. But the mental side, you either have it or you don't. And Shedeur has it.
You know what that means? He doesn't need to make circus throws at camp to stand out. He just needs to be sharp, smart, unshakable. And that's exactly what he's been. But here's the thing. When a rookie shows this level of control without even taking reps with the ones yet, it's a sign he's ready for much more than they're letting on. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. Picture this. The season kicks off with Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco under center, and the team struggles because, let's be real, the opening stretch is a bloodbath. 5 of the first 5 defenses are top 10. If Shedeur starts out there and stumbles, every finger points at him. The media pounces. Fans lose faith. The locker room cools. But if he comes in later when the pressure's peaking and flips the script, suddenly he's not just a rookie. He's the hero, the spark, the guy who turned it all around. And this isn't just a theory. Coaches have been praising him behind closed doors, talking about tight window throws, impressed, saying he's standing out among vets, respectfully silencing critics with humility. He's not the type to talk himself up. He just shows up and puts in work. Oh, and by the way, Shedeur has already locked in a spot on the 53-man roster. That's huge for a fifth-round pick. Guys taking in the second round get cut before final rosters, but he's locked. That alone tells you how much respect he's earned internally. But it doesn't stop there. People are comparing this to what the 49ers did with Brock Purdy. A late-round gem turned solution with the right planning and patience. Curious, what if Cleveland just found its own version of Purdy? A guy who slipped in the draft because of narratives, but who in reality is better than half the quarterbacks taken before him. So here's the question. How long can you keep this kind of talent on the bench? Because if he keeps showing this kind of precision, this kind of mental hedge, this kind of field vision, there's going to come a point when the outside pressure becomes too much to ignore. Fans will start demanding it. Analysts will start pounding the table. His teammates will start backing him up. And when that happens, neither Flacco nor Pickett will be able to hold him back. The field will decide. And Shedeur will be undeniable. Until then, though, this careful rollout might be the line between success and failure, between launching a star with confidence or crushing a gem with impatience. And let's be honest, this franchise has made plenty of QB mistakes in the past. But maybe, just maybe, this time they're getting it right. They're shielding the kid, letting him develop quietly. And when it's go time, he'll be ready. The wildest part, Shedeur himself seems to understand that better than most vets. He's not complaining. He's calling it an opportunity. He's not demanding the spotlight. He's focused on learning the playbook, mastering the details, growing into the role. That's rare. That's gold. And look, it's not just the coaches noticing. Players are talking. Veterans are saying that kid feels different. There's something there you can't teach. Presence, leadership, game sense, maybe all of it. So you tell me, Browns fans, would you rather see a rookie thrown into the fire to satisfy the noise, or a future star, polished and prepared, stepping in when the team needs him most? Because if this trend continues, Shedeur's going to be the most talked about name in Cleveland before he even takes a real snap. And when he finally does, get ready. The question's no longer if Shedeur will play, it's when. And maybe, just maybe, the Browns nailed it by waiting. If they're right, and all signs point to gas, this could be the boldest play of the season. A fifth rounder who acts like a vet, thinks like a leader, and plays like a starter doesn't come around every year. And now that the fan base is waking up to it, there's no turning back. The countdown to Shedeur Sanders' debut has officially begun. And when that moment comes, the AFC might never be the same again. So, what's it going to be? Are you riding with the plan? Or risking it all for a quick rollout? Let's talk. This conversation is just getting started.